Like for a retirement maybe.
Retirement.
Or what's your
That's
age?
my retirement.
What's your age?
Yeah,
Are you already retired or what's your number? Just give me your number and we'll catch up soon.
Hello guys and welcome to Thebrothing. This is your coach Arunav and today I have another infield breakdown for you. Now in this infield breakdown you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn, how people say that I need to spend at least 15 to 20 minutes for a solid number close. That's literally not required when you're doing pickup or when you're learning game. You will learn how to relate with a girl. You will learn how I use playful push and pull, how I throw my sexual intent. And apart from that, this is a very good set which just happened in like 5 minutes. And you can see how engaging the conversation is, how engaged the girl is in the conversation, and how she wants to meet me after that. So it's a solid number close within just 5 minutes. Now, in my first boot camp that I ever did, I had this client who spent around 40 minutes with the girl, just talking in a bar. And I went there and I closed the goal within like 5 minutes, right? So it shattered all his beliefs, and this is what this video is going to do for you.
Excuse me guys, seconds. Are you from? We're actually searching for a good after party place. And we have no clue because it's our first week over here.
People don't party around or what?
I've heard they do a lot.
Where are you from? Oh, you work here? Is it 9 to 5 like an engineer? Damn, that's sad. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 months. Yeah, it's fun.
I'm not a fan of Burberry.
You don't like
I mean, it's okay.
What do you do till 1 a.m.? Just dance?
You love it more than because of the family, maybe.
yeah, that too, but I
Just go
don't
home,
know.
smoke weed, watch
I
Netflix.
like better.
How long do you plan to stay here?
No idea. Like I've just started working, so as long as
I'm so
work
sorry. What's your name?
continues-
Arunav. Nice to meet you.
Just give me a moment.
Take your time. Looking scam. Yeah.
Alright guys, so what happens over there? Now, it's the initial part of the night, we just reached the club area, and I'm not in the social momentum at that time, but still, if you have to open, you have to open. And that's why I go indirect, because I'm not feeling the need of going direct. I'm not feeling that, hey, I want to go direct right now. So I go indirect, right? I'm like, hey, any good after party places around here. Now, funny enough, like I had my wing at that time, and obviously it's a two set, so it's important for the wing to engage as well. And the wing engages the other girl when I'm talking to this girl, right? And this girl is giving me good reactions. So initially, it's a very slight transition. As you can see, I'm just having a very basic conversation. Oh, you're not from here? So where are you from? Now I'm just building on whatever I'm saying, whatever information I'm getting from the girl. And for this, I use a concept called love. Look at the girl, observe what's going on, verbalize it, and empathize it, right? So over here, I'm using her information, whatever information she's giving me, like, hey, I'm not from Bangalore. Okay, where are you from? Right? Okay, I'm from this place. Damn. Do you like this place better than that place? And it's just a very basic conversation. It's not emotionally engaging at this point, but understand it's very important what you do 15 to 20 seconds after the open. The opener does not matter in itself, but it's very important what you do 15 to 20 seconds after the open, because it sets the rhythm of the interaction. And over here, I'm just having a very basic conversation. I'm transitioning, and then I'm like, hey, what's your name? Right? Because funny enough, we've been talking for 45 seconds. I know she's not from the city. I know she's planning to stay here for some time. She's just started her work over here, and all of this information I know even without the name, right? So the thing is, when I'm talking to a girl, I'm mostly focused on the conversation flow rather than I have to ask her this question at that time, this question at that time. So it's not a basic structure, but obviously you have to ask the person her name. So at this point, what I basically mean is, when I'm opening any girl, I'm assuming a lot of familiarity. Right? I'm assuming that she's my friend and we're gonna have a chit chat like normal friends do. And because of that assumption, I don't have that nervous emotion. Or maybe I'm not even if I have that nervous emotion, I'm letting it out there. I'm embracing it. I'm not trying to suppress my emotions, guys, because understand, if you try to suppress your emotions, what happens is when you're talking to the girl, your emotions are like, you're feeling like shit inside, but you're like, hey, trying to act cocky, and you're trying to overcompensate for the nervousness that you're feeling, and the girl will figure it out, and she will figure it out that you're faking it, and that's when you'll get a lot of shit tests. So in this, you can see I'm not getting a lot of shit tests because, I'm just being myself, right? I'm being completely authentic, and that does not kill the soul of pickup. But if you try to do something, if you're like, okay, I have this set plan in mind, and I'm going to do this first, do that first, ask her name, ask where she lives, ask what's happening. I mean, these are important questions to keep in mind, but it's not like a set pattern, all right? Because if you do it in a set pattern, you look more robotic, or something that, okay, this guy has learned something and is just getting the information out of me. But with this conversation, it doesn't look like that. It looks like a very normal, chilled out conversation between two friends, and then I ask her name. So let's see what happens next.
Yeah, say. Sorry, I didn't like somebody.
More of it. Maybe
Ex-boyfriend?
I don't do that shit. I don't do that. I'm
Back into that
over
shit.
Yeah, I don't do a relationship shit. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like single better.
It is true.
you tell me that.
Single is way better, really. If you've been in fucked up relationships.
No, I've never been to a fucked up relationship, but yeah, like I've never been to a relationship.
Where are you guys going after this? Home or?
Yeah, we're planning to chill at home only. Like we have some friends waiting over. I emotionally prefer house party after one. Yeah, like it's fun. I like to be in my comfort zone for a while.
Same here, but it's just 1 week over here and
Oh, you've been here for 2 weeks. Then I understand it's hard. Then it's hard.
it's kind of hard. But I would love to meet you again if that's a possibility.
Just that expression.
What's your number? Just give me your number and we'll catch up soon. What's your full name? Oh my god, Arunav Gupta. The Gupta connection, yeah.
Finally.
Alright guys, so as you can see now, I transitioned from the logical conversation to a more emotional conversation where I'm talking about her. Oh, you're talking to, is he your ex-boyfriend? Now guys, understand, a lot of guys, when initially she told me that, give me a minute, I'm on a call, would still try to push, right? Would be like, maybe I'm not doing my push and pull correct, right? But the thing is, you have to calibrate when the girl actually needs some time, maybe she's booking a cab, right? So you have to calibrate. You don't have to push. And this is one thing I see with a lot of beginners out, doing game, is they push too hard because they're trying to compensate for that nervousness that they're feeling. So they think that, okay, in this situation, maybe I should push harder, right? So in some situations, you might feel like you want to push, but it's time to take a step back and give her some space. So over here, I'm trying to shift the conversational frame from a logical conversation to a more emotional conversation. We have some connectivity, right? So I'm asking her, hey, so is that your ex? Past relationships? She's like, no, I like being single. And I'm like, yeah, being single is amazing, right? If you've been in fucked up relationships. I'm being a bit polarizing because that is what creates true attraction, right? That is what creates true attraction. I'm saying what's on my mind. I don't have any filters stopping me, right? I don't have any filters thinking, oh, would she like this? Would she get attracted to me if I say this? But it's more like I'm doing whatever I want to do, whatever I want to say, whatever it's on my mind. I'm not using filters to block it. And as you can see, within the first, I think, 2-3 minutes, I get a number. And the connection that we have is really good. That's why she's giving me her number. She's really comfortable, I think, within under 2-3 minutes. But is that a solid number close at that time? If at that time I just take the number and I leave the set, it's not going to be a solid number close. She's not going to reply to me. And the reason is because she's not invested that much in the conversation. Now, as you can see, she's just started investing in the conversation. She's telling me that she likes house scenes more. And the reason I'm not going in for, a pull or anything at that time, I could have told her, hey, listen, why don't we catch up tonight? Why don't we chill together? Now, the reason I'm not doing that is because this was probably the second set of the night, and we want to do more sets because we want to get some more recordings done. And I've already gotten the number, and with the number, guys, see that I'm not leaving the set up immediately after that. Even after that, I'm like, oh, my name is Arunav Gupta. She's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, the Gupta connection. And funny thing is, all of these things, I'm emotionally engaging her with all of these things. All right, I'm not going on a logical tangent. Now, 15 to 20 seconds in the interaction, I was going on a logical tangent, and it's okay if you want to go for 10 to 15 seconds, but make the shift, or else it's going to be a logical conversation which is going to get fizzled out, and you're going to be thinking the conversation was going good, but the conversation was going good logically, not emotionally. And what matters to a woman is how a man makes her feel. Am I making her feel wide range of emotions, or am I not? Now you can see in this video how the girl is laughing, she's smiling, and she's fun, right? She's having fun. Guy is giving her the attention and she's just having fun in the moment. So let's see what happens next.
You've just been here for 2 months now.
We like this little
How do you like it?
It's amazing. I love it.
innocent facade.
But yeah, but not better than.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
As much fun as. I don't know, maybe that's my comfort zone actually, but yeah, I love.
You have your family, maybe.
Yeah, that too, but
So you plan to live here for rest of your life, or
no, I cannot settle. Like for the rest of my life, I cannot settle in.
where would you want to settle? One place. One place.
I think Guwahati.
Why is that? You've been there?
Yeah, I've been there twice.
It's amazing. I've never been there.
It's like the best place.
Like
Very
with the natural
calm,
beauty
yeah,
and
exactly, the natural.
are you into yoga or meditation or something?
No, I'm not, but I think after some point I'd love that.
Like for a retirement, maybe.
Retirement.
Or what's your
That's
age?
my retirement.
What's your age?
You're
Are you already retired or?
You're actually asking my age.
Alright, so over here, what happens now is I'm talking to the girl, I'm getting to know more about her, I'm asking her, hey, how long have you been here for? And she's giving me information, but see how I'm also polarizing. I'm not being agreeable to whatever she's saying, and that creates massive amounts of attraction because I'm saying what's on my mind. I'm not saying, okay, maybe I should say this thing to impress her. Right? I've not kept her on a pedestal. It's just two cool people talking, and that's the mindset. And because of that, it's creating massive attraction when she tells me, this place is better than that place, and I'm like, what are you saying? That's not real. This is much better. Maybe she's like, okay, maybe I have, maybe I have some connections over there. Maybe it's my comfort zone. And at that time, the girl is falling into my frame. Now, also understand that I already have the number, right? A lot of people might think you don't have to do this, you don't have to talk to a girl, but I'm still building that connection with her. And the reason for that is because it's a short conversation, right? And if I wanted to reply, if I wanted to text me back, if I wanted to be excited to talk to me, then I have to build that connectivity. And I'm building that connectivity by also being polarizing. I'm saying what's on my mind. I'm not trying to sugarcoat stuff, right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. And apart from that, I'm also engaging with her emotionally now, as you can see. And how am I doing that? Okay, which is the one place you would like to settle, right? And then she's like, okay, I would like to settle in Guwahati probably. And then again being more polarizing, again not holding my personality back by asking her, so what's your age? Now I know a lot of guys, if they ask a girl her age when they're doing pickup, right, when they're in the field, the girls would just be like, how does it fucking matter to you, right? If you're not passing the shit test. But at that time, I'm not even giving her the time to give me a shit test. I'm like, oh, let me guess, maybe 28, right? Maybe this is your age, maybe that is your age. And I'm being very playful with my facial expressions. So I don't have a butthurt vibe. It's not like, so what's your age? It's more like, so what's your age? Let me guess, 28, 30. And she's like, whoa, you're literally asking my age? You're literally asking my age? Right? And that is, she's reaching a peak of her emotions, and she's reaching that peak because she's been meeting guys, all right? She's probably been meeting a lot of men going out, and no one has the balls to just, be on the face, be direct, and just be real, right? Most of the communication out there, guys, is fake. Guys are trying to be super nice so that the girls like them, but that's not what girls want. Girls want you to be authentic. So be authentic, guys, and let's see what happens next.
Yeah, let me guess, 28.
Imagination would be at work.
Okay, 30,
Does everything.
35. I don't want to go. Oh my.
Oh God, since you said it, you think.
Why are you thinking about retirement then?
How I judge you?
23 years old, you're thinking about retirement?
No, I don't. But since you asked me about like, do you want to settle in? I don't want to do that.
You
Like,
settle after you're 40.
yeah, I can do that. I don't
I've
mind
been
doing
learning.
that.
Cat snakes.
I do like learning new hobbies.
Why would I do that? Like I
Other than that,
earn
what
a
is all
shitload
the
of money.
need and being like,
And
yeah,
then go
dopamine
there.
hit. So I wanted to get
Then you have to adopt me too.
stress, right?
Then you have to adopt me, you have to take care after me. And I'd be there cutting the farms. Cooking good food, I'm a chef, so. I trained to be a chef.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, so I think a cab is made. It's really nice to meet you. I hope to see you again.
Yes.
Now again, guys, with the age thing, I'm being a bit polarizing, but again, I'm calibrating it well. Now at that time, I'm like, okay, let me guess your age. 28, 30, whatever. And then I ask her, so why are you talking about retirement? Now again, see the girl's expression, see how is she feeling. She's giggling, she's having a good time, and she's in the presence of a man, and it's man to woman, right? The conversation is man to woman now. So she's more like she's having a good time. She's having fun. That's what she came out for, right? And most of the conversations for her specifically are not like that. And in this specific conversation, I'm really being open about whatever's going on in my mind. I'm just talking my mind out loud. And she's like, oh, I judged you. And at that point, it's basic push and pull happening. But again, it's all about frame control. And she's losing her frame, right? She's losing her frame and she's dropping into my frame. Again, guys, I say a lot of random shit. When I'm talking to a girl, a lot of random shit. Now, with the place she wants to move to for retirement, I'm like, so what are you going to do over there? Catch snakes. Now, the funny thing is, I was looking at this documentary on Nat Geo, right, which was about some king cobras, and it was in that place. So I was like, and what are you going to do there? Catch snakes. So a lot of my game is just random bullshit, right? It's just random shit that pops up in my mind. There are no filters, so I say it. And she's like, why would I do that? Now, after that, guys, the conversation is going more towards an emotional tangent. Obviously, we have a good vibe together now. She's laughing, I'm laughing, we're having a good time together. Now, at this point, it's important to close at a high emotional point. So I just go in and she's like, once I earn a lot of money, I'm going to have my retirement. And I just tell her, then you have to adopt me. Take care after me. I'll be cutting the farms. I'll be cooking good food because I'm a chef though. And she's like, definitely. Now again, I'm emotionally engaging her. She's emotionally at a peak point, and at that time her cab comes, and I'm like, okay, I think your cab is here, because the cab was right over there. He was waiting for some time. He was trying to call her as well, and then she just leaves. And it's a good interaction because guys understand she has a good time, and within these 5 minutes she had so many emotions with the guy, right? Probably none of her interactions were like this. And because of that, she texted me next day herself, and she's like, okay, since you are here for a week, let's catch up. But I was there for a month and we did catch up. It was a good interaction and a good girl too. Alright guys, so I hope in this video you learned a bit more about frame control, a bit more about cold approach pickup, how to do it in India. And if you want to literally dive deep into this topic, I would suggest you go for the mentorship course that we have, because we break down each and every set over there. The whole night. Right? The whole night is broken down into different sets. How many approaches do I do? How do I pump my own state up and all that? But in this video, I hope you got a good idea about how to connect with the girl, right? How to build that connection, how to raise her emotional state up, and how to have a really solid number close, a really solid interaction in under 5 minutes. This is your coach Arunav, and I'll see you in the next video.